Unit 4 Analyzing Data Session 1. Objective: to recall what we have learned earlier and to calculate the total marks of 5 students obtained in 5 subjects. Okay, so we already know what is a cell, what is a column, what is a row, how to insert rows and columns. That all we have already learned. Now in this session, we are going to learn how to find total marks of 5 students obtained in 5 subjects. Alright. So, the first thing is we want to open the software, right? Yes. So we can open the software. Click Start, then Microsoft. From the drop down, select Microsoft Excel. And here one important thing to note is that the icon for Microsoft Excel is this one. Okay, the icon for Microsoft Excel is this one, and we should be very familiar with the icons of each applications. Alright, so that as we already said, Excel sheets are arranged as cells with columns and rows. Data comprising of letters and numbers can be entered in the cells. And some of these numbers can be found using the sum function. These are the things that we have learned in our 4th standard. So let's make just a recall of all these facts once again. Alright. Now we can find out the total marks of each student. Let's find the total marks of first student in the column total. How do we find the sum? Add the cells C2 to G2 and show the sum in the cell H2. Don't get confused. I will make it more clear for you. Okay, so this is our spreadsheet and we already know how to enter data in an Excel sheet. Here we can see the mark list of 5 students. Now our aim is to find the total marks of each and every 5 students. In order to find the total marks of all the 5 students, the first step is let's find the total mark of the first student. Here, in this case, the first student is Anju, right? So, let's find the total marks of Anju. Normally, what should we do to find the total marks of a particular student? We will add the marks of each and every subject, right? Yes. In this case of Anju, we will add 45 plus 40 plus 48 plus 35 plus 40. But in case of Excel sheet, we must not specify the values or the numerals for each and every calculation. Instead, we must specify the cell addresses of each values in order to make each and every calculations. For example, in this case of Anju, in order to find the total marks, instead of typing 45, we must specify the cell address of 45. For example, the cell address of 45 is the column C and row 2. So, C2. And the cell address of 40 is column D and row 2, D2. And the cell address of 48 is column E and row 2, so E2. Likewise, F2 plus G2, and we should get the total in H2. So this is how we should give the formula. Okay. So now let's find the total marks of Anju. Okay. So first of all, click on the cell where we should get the result. So now click on H2. In this case, let's click on H2 where we want the answer. Now we have a shortcut key to find the sum of these numbers, and that is what is called as auto sum, and this symbol is called as sigma. Here, this symbol is called as sigma, and sigma represents the sum of numbers. Okay, so this is the shortcut key to find the sum of numbers. So, first of all, click on the cell where we want the answer. Then, click on the sigma symbol to find the sum of all these values. Okay. Okay, so what will happen? Let's see. So, the first step is click on H2. Second step is click on the sigma symbol to find the sum of all these 5 values. So, what will happen? Let's see. Yes, you can see the cell with marks of the first students was selected. It means that when we click the shortcut of the sum function, the software identifies the values to be added. Whenever we click on the sigma symbol of sum function, the software identifies the values to be added. Okay, now let's see. So when you press the enter key on keyboard, the total marks of the 5 students will be displayed. The total marks of the first students will be displayed. So we have got the total mark of Anju. Now, what is the next step? Okay, next we want to find the total marks of the other 4 students. So, what is the first step? First step is select the cell H2 where we got the sum of marks of the first student. So, select the cell where we have got the total of the first student. Okay. Now, you can see a rectangle at the right bottom of the selection. Can't you see that? Yes. Now keep the mouse pointer there. When you keep the mouse pointer here, you can see a plus symbol. Okay. When you keep the mouse pointer on this rectangle, you can see a plus symbol. Okay. Alright. So what is the next? Then click and drag. Haven't you got the total marks of all 5 students? Yes, we will get the total marks of all 5 students just by click and drag that plus symbol. Oh my God, it's really interesting, right? Only to find the total marks of the first student, just by click and drag, we have got the marks of the rest of all students. Wow, it really easy also, right? Yes, this is how the software helps us to do the mathematical operations. Not only the sum function, Microsoft Excel is used to do different functions like this. Okay, we were using the function to do an operation. In this case, we have used the sum function to do an addition. Likewise, there are many functions in Excel to do different operations such as sum, average, percentage, count, etc. Without using the function, we can find out the sum by typing the formula directly. Here we have used the sum function, but we can find the sum by typing the formula directly. For example, to find the sum, type equal to sum bracket C2, the cell address of the first number, plus D2, the cell address of the second number, plus E2 plus F2. Or otherwise, we can type equal to sum bracket the cell address of the first number colon the cell address of the last column. The cell address of the last number. Here C2 the cell address of the first number, F2 the cell address of the last number. It means we have to add the numbers from C2 to F2. And finally press enter key so that we will get the result. Okay, so we can find the sum just by typing the formula directly. Now let's see it more clearly. Okay, here we have already got the total of all the 5 students by using the sum function or sigma symbol. Now we are going to find the sum by using the formula. And then let's compare the numbers that we have got by using the formula as well as by using the sum function. Okay? Okay. Now let's do that. Yes. Here comes the formula. Equal to sum bracket the cell address of the first number C2, cell address of the second number D2, cell address of the third number E2, then cell address of the fourth number, see fourth column, second row, so F2, then cell address of the fifth number, see Gth column, second row, so G2. Okay, so this is the formula, then close the bracket. Press enter key. Yes, we have got the answer 208. Now let's compare the number with the total that we have got by using the sum function. Yes, same 208. So our evaluation is exactly correct. Alright, now either we can use this formula or we can use another formula. What is that? Yes, equal to sum bracket cell address of the first number colon cell address of the last number. That means we have to add the numbers from C3 to G3. So what will happen? Let's see. Yes, by giving that formula, the numbers from C3 to G3 have been selected, right? Yes. Right? Yes. Okay, so what we have got? Then by pressing enter key, we have got the result 192. Now we'll just compare the mark of the same student that we have got by using the sum function. Yes, that also the same number 192. So our calculation is exactly correct. So we can either use the formula or you can use the shortcut key sigma symbol to find the sum of numbers. Okay, so this is how we can find the total marks of each student. Now only we need to calculate the total mark of first student. Then just click and drag, we can obtain the total marks of all the rest of the students. Okay, all right. That's all for today's session. We'll see you in our next class. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.